Every year something strange happens. Retailers compete to offer bigger and bigger discounts. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday sales. It's a race to convince you that now is the best time to buy. Apple barely joins in. The newest iPhone usually keeps its price. The latest MacBook rarely gets a major discount from Apple itself. Yet millions of people still buy these products at full price. That raises an interesting question. Is Apple ignoring one of the oldest tricks in retail? Or did it discover that lowering prices can actually make a product less valuable? The answer starts with a simple idea. Every time a company offers deep discounts, it teaches customers something. If a $1,000 product regularly drops to $700, people stop seeing $1,000 as the real price. They start waiting for the next sale. Over time, the discount becomes the expectation. Many brands accept that trade-off because it helps move inventory and boost short-term sales. Apple has largely chosen a different path. Instead of encouraging customers to wait, its pricing strategy encourages them to believe that today's price is likely to be tomorrow's price too. That reduces the fear of buying just before a major price cut and helps keep demand strong when new products launch. But there's another reason this strategy works. Imagine two plain white t-shirts with no logo. One costs $20, the other costs $200. Even before touching the fabric, many people assume the expensive one is better. Price doesn't just affect what we pay, it shapes what we expect. Researchers have repeatedly found that price influences how people judge quality, especially when products are difficult to compare. Apple doesn't rely on that idea alone, but its pricing strategy clearly protects the premium image of its products. Then something even more interesting happens after the purchase. The iPhone isn't designed to stand alone. It connects with the Apple Watch, AirPods, Mac, iPad, iCloud, and other Apple services. Each product makes the next one more useful. As people spend more time inside that ecosystem, switching to another brand becomes less convenient. That gives Apple an advantage many competitors don't have. It doesn't always need to win customers with lower prices. Instead of making products cheaper, Apple usually makes them easier to buy. Customers can trade in an older device for credit toward a new one. They can spread payments over time in markets where financing is available. Eligible students and educators can receive education pricing. And during some holiday promotions, Apple has often offered gift cards with qualifying purchases instead of reducing the product's price. Notice what's happening. The customer receives extra value, but the headline price stays largely intact. Even when you see a discounted Apple product online, it's often the retailer running the promotion. Apple has generally maintained more consistent pricing through its own stores, while allowing authorized sellers to compete in different ways. That consistency creates another effect people rarely think about. Resale value. Because Apple rarely cuts the prices of its newest products, used iPhones often retain their value better than many competing smartphones. For many buyers, that changes the real cost of ownership. A phone that sells for more later can make upgrading feel less expensive than the original price suggests. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine every new iPhone was heavily discounted just a few months after launch. Would as many people rush to buy it on release day? Would used models hold their value? Would customers feel confident paying full price, knowing a major sale was probably around the corner? Those questions reveal what Apple is really protecting, not just this quarter's sales, the long-term value of its products. In business, a discount can increase demand today, but it can also lower what customers expect to pay tomorrow. Apple has spent years avoiding that trade-off. Its greatest advantage may not be that it sells premium devices. It may be that it has convinced millions of customers that the price they see today is the real value of the product. And in a world where almost everything eventually goes on sale, that belief may be one of Apple's most valuable assets.